Yeah.
Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass. He was even good in Robin Hood.
It's good in Sherlock
Holmes. Yes.
Yeah, I love Matthew Vaughn. Skin Stardust.
Yeah. Oh, he was going to say, he was, yeah.
He's brilliant.
Is that his real hair?
Stardust.
I don't know.
I don't think it is, though.
Huh?
Stardust is actually quite a good film.
One of my favourites.
It's a brilliant film. It's a brilliant film.
Matthew Vaughn directed. I love
He
Matthew
did.
Vaughn.
I think we've got that.
We should get
No?
a tally for how many times you've seen it.
I'll count for. I'll listen through it, count it,
Yeah.
and put it up at the end.
Nice.
How many times I said I love Matthew Vaughn? That counts. So I love it.
How are we doing with the recording?
Yeah, it's doing good. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Making sure it was a recording. So where were we? Justice League.
Justice League.
Justice League.
Right.
Oh, wait, what's happening?
So, right. There have been countless rumours about whether or not Man of Steel would set up a road to
Yeah.
Justice League.
Well, there's also been some like Joseph Gordon-Levitt rumours going around.
Yeah,
haven't
they've immediately been debunked.
there? Yeah. Well,
100%.
by his, but there's
Yeah.
still people are still saying it. It's
I know.
like, come on.
No.
That'd be awesome. I think he's an awesome actor.
Oh,
I think
he's
he's
an
a brilliant actor.
But I don't
Yeah.
want John. I don't want John Blake being Batman.
Yeah.
In
Someone who's not
Justice
even a
League movie.
character.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, exactly. Because Bruce Wayne is Batman. I'm sorry to say that. Like
You
I say.
mean Robin Blake?
Oh.
Spoilers. Started on that. Spoilers.
No, I've said it.
Yeah. But because Zack Snyder's like, they was asked about it a while ago. Zack Snyder said no. This is our standalone thing, like Chris Nolan did with Batman. So we'll have our Superman here, and then they'll have their Superman over there, which is cool because you know different versions.
It's cool, but
I
it's
don't-
annoying.
That's what he said. I don't
No.
agree with it. I don't think
There's
it's cool.
so much stuff
He's
going
now
on.
there's now been rumours that he is sort of doing it. He was like, they want me to sort of like steer them towards it. So, but I don't think there were rumours of reshoots for Man of Steel to have some sort of elements in it.
Because what I like about Man of Steel is it looks like this new Clark Kent, whereas for a Justice League film, I will want the proper Clark Kent, you know, to the book Clark Kent, not this like weird dark hitchhiker guy, which I like the idea of.
Well, it's him.
Not in a
It's
Justice League film.
it's him finding himself. He's not. I don't think Superman will be a dark character. He's a troubled character. He's trying to find himself.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, everyone's like, oh, dark Superman. You can do what you do. No, it's like, no. The world around him is dark. Superman's the light. That's the thing.
That's another thing I'm worried about. When you look at Watchmen and films like 300, both comic books originally, but both films by Zack Snyder.
Yes.
Right. You think they're very dark things. They're very Zack Snyder.
It's because they're based on dark stuff.
They're very Zack Snyder worthy.
Yeah.
When I look at Superman, I don't sort of think Superman Zack Snyder. You know.
No, you don't. It's true.
That's why
Which is
I'm
excited
I'm
about.
going in, you know, with a
Really?
sort of
Is-
like
is
I
that-
was like, this would be a good film,
Oh, it's gonna be a good film.
but I'm not going into it like
Zack
I was
Snyder,
Dark Knight Rises.
no.
Like, yes, I'm so
I
excited.
am.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go in like that.
All right,
Like-
and I'm really excited for it
And
as well.
and Starting in the Darkness that we talked about. Yeah.
I know like you guys didn't like Smallville, but I think the guy who played him in that turned out to be a
Is
really...
it Tom
Welling?
Tom Welling.
He
is
looked
it?
like and played a really good Superman. And I know it wouldn't fit the edgy Superman in this,
Yeah.
but I think he made a really good Superman towards the end. At the start, maybe not, but season 8 onwards, I think he did a really
That's
good
the whole
Superman.
Blur stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but especially if you see right at the very end, like season 10, when he actually, like the very last episode, puts on the suit.
That
and
annoyed me.
whatnot.
He didn't put it on.
No, he didn't.
Tom Welling didn't put it on.
No, it was some CGI character
yeah,
did.
'cause they didn't have a suit. They had the return suit in the glass. They got the
Yeah.
they got the return suit costume. And it was like and then he opened his chest and had it, and then it was just him sort of
Oh.
Yeah. But
Hate
his
that
whole
little S.
look and the way he acted,
Yeah,
I thought
I
was
think
a
he
really
was.
good Superman.
He'd be a good
He
Superman.
grew. It's funny how he actually grew into it perfectly.
Yes, yeah. I think if they were going to do one that's sort of like based on like the comic, sort of like a bright sort of thing, then Tom Welling would be a good thing to do.
And it was also, I always like it when you see in programs as well, where the main character towards the end starts producing it as well.
Yes.
You see them
Yeah.
their name popping up in the
Yeah.
producers thing. I think that's good.
It's like they're taking
Because
the
you know
interest
they're
in it.
actually
Yeah.
interested.
Yeah,
Unlike Sarah Michelle Gellar and Buffy, who apparently the cast hated her.
Really?
Apparently she was just horrible.
Oh.
And everyone hated her. No one got on with her,
Oh,
apparently.
that's a shame.
Yeah, I know, I heard that.
She's kind of hot in a cheerleader outfit.
Yeah. She hasn't aged well either.
She's dead now.
She's dead to me.
Oh, speaking of TV programs,
Right.
Arrow.
I haven't been watching.
I am loving
I haven't,
Arrow.
I haven't been watching.
You've been watching it,
I haven't
Joe?
been watching.
I have
I
watched 2 episodes and I am definitely not loving Arrow.
No, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah,
I'm
My
really
parents
like.
were recording it for me, and I looked at it and I thought I probably won't be interested in it. But if it's good, I might.
I thought
It makes-
way
it makes-
better than like Smallville.
It makes more
I
sense for
love
them to do
it
a
so
character like
much.
Green Arrow on TV than it did for Superman.
Yeah. I love it. I think it's perfect. Huntress is in like Deathstroke. There's a lot of cool stuff.
Speaking of
Deadshot, stuff like that.
Speaking of Smallville, it was. I don't know if you've noticed. It was originally going to be a Batman show. They were originally going to do a
Bruce
one
Wayne
with him,
thing,
sort of
yeah.
like his training and that sort of stuff. Would you think that would have worked better than a Superman show? Well, I personally do. I mean, you can't. I don't think you can do Superman.
I've always thought what a good TV show would be is set around Oracle and
Alright.
Nightwing.
Oh, nice.
So like
Different,
and Huntress, so sort of them
Yeah.
sort of three,
Mm.
and around Gotham, and like maybe Batman's mentioned, and
Yeah.
but it's like
But
it's,
they
it's,
didn't
too,
try-
it's too big. It's like
They
whoa,
tried doing
you
stuff
know,
like Birds of
Birds
Prey.
of Prey. Danny talked
Yeah,
about
but
that.
still.
But yeah, it's sort of like a every now and then you'll be like, oh, did you hear Batman's done this? Because
Yeah.
you think Batman, you think he kind of does gritty street stuff, but you don't expect him to be taking down small time crooks. That's more of a Nightwing, Bloodhaven sort of thing.
Yeah, I suppose.
You see what I mean? And I think
Yeah.
that would be a really cool series.
Yeah.
I think just because I love Dick Grayson as well.
Yeah,
like,
possibly with like Red Hood in it.
Mm.
No, he could, Red Hood's cool.
you love Jason Todd.
Jason
didn't you?
Todd, oh, mate. Slap on the
that was the sound you heard. He is now some sort of like Southern American.
Joe has
banjo
just
player.
slapped his knee.
No, Jason Todd and yeah, Tim.
I love Tim Drake.
He's a. Oh god.
Swearing the audience.
I love Tim Drake.
Tim Drake's awesome.
Tim Drake is
He's
well
the
good.
He's the worst.
He's better than
No,
Jason.
You know who the worst Robin is?
Who?
Damian Wayne.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Jason Todd
No,
is.
he's not. No, he's not.
No,
Oh.
you're right. No, you're right. Damian Wayne
Right.
is the worst. Yeah.
I mean, did you read any of Grant Morrison's Batman and Robin Reborn?
no.
Quite good.
Yeah?
Because it has Dick Grayson being Batman,
Right.
and so you have the sort of like the
So,
sort
so
of,
it's just after thingy.
yeah, after
R.I.P.
Yeah. So you have him being sort of like you should have a lighter Batman and a darker Robin, which works quite well. Because Damian's a psychopath.
He's a he's a
he is.
nutter, isn't
But
he?
what's awesome?
And then Dick Grayson turns him.
What's awesome about Reborn is it's like the '60s show, but made by David Lynch. That's kind of so it's got that sort of like bright, sort of colourful thing.
Yeah, yeah,
But
a
it's
bit of a
dark
undertone,
and twisted.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like Tim Drake is like
I like
a he's a like more crap.
Is that what you think, really?
I just
I thought he was going to give some like really deep like message
no,
about
so
that. It's a bit shit.
I just think he's a crapper Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson's
Well,
well
he
good.
is a return to form for Dick Grayson, obviously. I mean, because Jason Todd died.
Name-
Spoiler alert: Jason Todd dies.
Everyone knows that.
I don't know. What?
Everyone knows.
I know.
Yeah, but no, all the Robins are their own character apart from Tim Drake.
Sorry, you're doing like a spoiler alert. That was like the 80s.
Yeah, but still, there's going to be people like sort of
Tim Drake, he was named after Tim Burton for the Batman
Yeah.
films.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on from
so
this
we're from
now.
Arrow. Oh, by the way, there was going to be an Arrow film a while ago.
What's that?
A Green Arrow film. David S. Goyer was going to do it, and it's going to be called Green Arrow Supermax. And it was going to be what?
I've heard about this.
It was going to be Green Arrow thrown into prison with a load of sort of like C and D list villains,
yeah.
and him sort of like fighting his way
I've
out,
heard about
joining
that.
with them. And
I
fighting
think
his
I've
way
read it
out.
on David S. Gore's
Yeah.
Wikipedia page.
But I just thought I'd put that.
I love
out there.
David S. Gore.
That was one thing I liked about Smallville, the fact that Arrow became a main character in it.
Yeah, they had a whole sort of Justice League thing going on there. Because you
Yeah.
had Dr. Fate and that.
But then
Flash.
a lot of the characters, obviously,
Flash.
due to like obviously
Cyborg.
contracts and stuff like that, couldn't get
Yeah.
the actual actors in. They'd either appear on the screen or they'd just say they are in this country.
Yes.
And it was like, come on, just get them
So
all together in one
although it
room.
would have been worse if they had him there, but like off screen. It's like, what's that you say, Flash?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And one of the things where a hand just appears on the screen.
Yes.
Shaking hands.
Oh, look, all of them have arrived over there that I can see off screen.
Yeah.
That's what Joss.
Suddenly Clark Kent runs around now, he's got a moustache.
Yeah. That's what Joss Whedon says, like, for Serenity, when he got to show, like, the Reavers and that sort of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He said, like, because Serenity is all the big points from Season 2 of Firefly. He was like, I liked
Firefly,
it.
that's good.
Firefly's brilliant.
Love Firefly.
And it was like, he said that he liked it because if he was actually going to show Reavers in, like, Season 2 and that, like he wanted to, he would have, like, 2 on screen. Plus the ones that you can't see. Just off there.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah.
I can't believe you got cancelled.
It still hurts.
It still does.
That
I'm
was-
still
that
not
was
over
one-
it.
I've
2002
never seen the
nice.
TV series, all I've seen is the film.
Oh, really?
That's why
Really?
they made the film, wasn't
Wow.
it? Because the TV series got cancelled.
Yeah, you've only seen the film.
Yeah, I just bought it. I just saw it.
Oh.
I saw it was made by Joss Whedon, saw some of the characters in it.
It's alright, you can borrow mine.
Because a lot of the characters from Firefly were in Buffy as
Yes,
different good
he
guys.
liked
Joss
Same
Whedon.
people.
Joss
Yeah,
Whedon.
the main
is,
character, the strong black lady.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of them were characters from that.
He uses quite a lot of same people.
And the,
Nathan
uh,
Fillions and everything.
and what's
he
the
does.
name?
That's from
I wanted more.
Sam Glau.
Glau, the
Yeah.
one from Terminator.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love the
that's cool.
Terminator.
I love the Terminator
the-
show.
Yeah,
I
so
love
did
the
I.
Terminator show.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah,
Why
really
did you
good.
get cancelled?
I didn't get to
Even
see
if
it
he
all.
gets cancelled,
Everything I
doesn't it?
love dies.
Stargate.
Stargate.
Well, it's like-
V.
it's
Let's
like-
not get into that.
Why does everything
V got
I love
cancelled.
die?
V got cancelled after season 2. Yeah. I know. Everything I love dies.
Yeah.
Oh.
Moment.
Moment of silence.
But yeah, you should watch the Firefly TV show.
Yeah,
I'll lend it to you.
I know, but so you watch Serenity, now you know, like, Leaf on the Wind.
I love
It's
getting
like,
into. I love getting into a good TV series.
So you know what?
Leaf on the Wind.
Oh. I can't believe V.
What V? As in that thing about the aliens?
Yes.
Oh,
With
really?
With Marina Baccarin from Firefly.
I was going to start watching that.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Again, it's got Marina Baccarin who plays Minara from Firefly. She's on it.
Yeah.
And she was,
Oh,
and she
you
was,
know-
she was also in SG1.
You know what I
Yeah.
saw last night?
Have you seen off that?
Dark Knight Rises. You know,
Okay.
the guy who chucks. Who's the?
Oh
guy
yeah,
working
you're
with
saying
Dagger?
it's Christopher Judge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he's the guy who's in Bruce and Wayne. He's like, I'll apologise as soon as a monkey comes out my ass.
Right.
Oh yeah.
There's, Christopher Judge is also in it.
Yeah, I met him.
Yeah.
Shook his hand.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Because I spoke to him, because I asked him, because on his IMDb, it didn't have a character name next to
Yes.
it. And I was
Yeah.
like, so who are you in it? I was
Yeah,
like,
he's-
oh, I can't, he goes, oh, I can't say.
Yeah,
I was
he's
like,
the one-
I was watching, I was like, oh, he's going to have a massive role. He was here for like three
Yeah,
shots.
he's
I was
the one-
like,
he pushes
that's Chris Judge.
Yeah, he pushes John Blake down and then when
Yeah,
Batman returns.
yeah. I shook his hand.
That's awesome.
Is it-
So
What?
this hand,
Did you get him to
this
say?
hand high fived the Todd and shook Chris Judge's hand
Did you
in
get?
one
Did
day.
you get him to say indeed?
I didn't actually.
Oh, you should've.
But I heard him say it
Oh,
anyway.
that's awesome.
Indeed. I wanted him to tell me that goal joke. Anyway.
Why and he with his nose? Brilliant.
Anyway.
Don't worry.
Um,
We just done Arrow.
cinematic TV.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Now let's talk about a big issue that a lot of people talk about between Marvel and DC. That's a stealing of characters.
Ah, yeah.
Well, DC obviously came pretty much first with most of this.
Yeah,
But then
But-
I did have quite a good theory
Oh,
on this that I was saying to you the other day, Tommy, and I was like, it doesn't really matter who makes a character first because the other one's always going to nick it. Someone makes
Yeah.
a strong water type character, the other one's going to make a strong water type character. Someone makes a Human Torch, the other one's more like
Okay.
a fire type one. It's
but Deathstroke and Deadpool. That's not even like a. We need to film it. Like well, we've got one character who like has swords and shoots guns. We did another character who with swords and
Slade
shoot guns.
Wilson.
One of them's called Slade
Yeah.
Wilson. The other one's called. What should we call him? Wade Wilson.
That shouldn't annoy you. It's because it's Deadpool.
Yeah.
That works.
That's
because it's
what I said as
because
well the
it's
other day.
Deadpool.
Because
it's Deadpool.
Because he breaks the full force,
Yes.
it's almost like he's doing it on
And
purpose.
it's like, yeah, exactly. It's 100% like
It's not just-
when he takes the Mickey out of Spider-Man, that sort of stuff. It's
Yeah.
100% in his
You
character.
know, Marvel done it
Yes.
completely to take a piss.
You know it was a joke,
Completely.
and they didn't
But
play.
I really like
They didn't
Deathstroke.
play it like our character's better. It was like Deadpool going, yeah, I don't know,
I
I'm not similar to anyone you know.
I don't think they expected him to become as popular
Yes.
as he has either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they expected. I think also part of that is due to the fact of Spider-Man, Avengers, stuff like that, which has been bringing in such a
Yeah.
larger, younger audience that now they find Deadpool hilarious. don't
Deadpool
they?
is hilarious.
As, I mean, don't be wrong, he's funny, but the kids they're not gonna watch a more boring, in-depth Wolverine comic
Yeah.
than they are gonna watch Deadpool
Yeah.
talking about chimichangas and
This is true.
You used to read
taking the piss
Deadpool,
out of
didn't you?
Cable, are they?
Exactly.
You used to read Wolverine and Deadpool, didn't you?
I used to be, yeah, it was quite good.
Yeah.
It was funny, you know.
Yeah.
I got one issue of this Marvel Now Deadpool. It's very good. You actually see his face.
Yeah.
It's got a
He's
horrible,
messed up.
like,
It's all messed
It's
up.
disgusting
gross.
face.
The skin is literally falling off.
He even makes
Yeah.
a joke about how he looks like a sort of like mangled Ryan Reynolds. You ever seen that comic?
It's funny
I
how.
started reading Deadpool and Cable at one point.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Cable's cool.
Cable's
Yeah,
awesome.
and I think it's good because they're like complete opposites in
Yeah.
characters. He's so serious and everything has to be done for a reason to stop the future, and
Yeah.
Deadpool's
Yeah.
just like,
Which
if
is
we get to get all people, it's all good.
Yeah.
I saw a
Cable-
little sneak peek of like the third issue of the Marvel Now Deadpool.
Yeah.
It might have been the fourth issue. And it starts off with Deadpool in a dream. I think he's got his mask off and his top off, his dirty skin and
Yeah.
face like he's just on this beach, and then it has like Sue Storm and like it has someone else, Emma Frost, come
Oh,
on
nice.
like, the beach, and they're like all seducing and stuff, and like they've got stupidly large
Yes.
breasts.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
and then like he's like, oh yeah, and then She-Hulk comes along. He's like, yeah, you need a proper woman, and she just like grabs in and like kisses the shit off him.
Brilliant.
No, it's been quite a few, haven't there? Like stealings of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, Hulk was from Solomon Grundy. Yeah.
The Hulk, come on, like
And Hulk is way better.
yeah, but it just disappoints me that he's a stolen character.
Mm.
But then I think there's nothing really anything these days that is actually 100% original. Music, films,
Yeah.
Mm.
it's always inspired from something else.
Yeah.
I think stealing is when you actually have exactly the same character.
I mean,
And you just-
Stanley talks about all the time the fact that he made Avengers because like Justice League went on sale. and someone from his office came over and was like, they had this like group of like super teams. It's like, well, we have Fantastic Four. It's like, no, but there's a different group. It's like, let's make the Avengers. That's what they did.
That's brilliant. Yeah, let's talk about something that we'll all agree on, no matter Marvel, DC, whatever. They did this thing for a little while where they did a crossover between
the amalgam stuff.
Yes. I'll get to that after.
Right.
First of all, they did a crossover of there'll be teams of like Marvel and DC. It was just horrible.
I heard it was like unreadable.
Then they did something even worse. They made a thing called Amalgam Comics.
It was like Batman and Wolverine,
which is where they mixed characters together. So they're so they had like Captain Superman, and it would be like someone flying around, and on the shield there'd be the S in the middle.
It's like he's indestructible, yet he still throws a shield at them.
That was another one, wasn't it?
It was like Batman with
Batman, Wolverine.
Yeah, Batman, Wolverine.
Oh, it was just disgusting.
I mean, it's such a waste of opportunity because they got to a point where finally they're like, you know what, we can have them together. They got like through all the legal disputes, like we can put these two Marvel and DC together, but they did it so crap.
They also did this like fight thing where they had like Green Lantern fight the Silver Surfer. Green Lantern won. I'm sorry, Silver Surfer would win hands down.
Would he?
Of course he would.
Because he'd bring up like he would make something out of like his Green Lantern ring thing, and then Silver Surfer would just be like, "Hello," and just sort of slide on through it, wouldn't
Just go through it. He's intangible.
I love how casual.
Then he would shoot it.
His Green Lantern, and also like his Green Lantern ring thing, the green ring thing that he probably has.
I see Silver Surfer, and I see him with a monocle or cane. It's like, "Hello, Green Lantern." It's his own thing.
And then he would punch a hole in Hal Jordan's face because he's the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
He'd easily
Hal
win.
Jordan will die and then come back again later.
And then die, come back again.
Sound like a Green Jay waiting there.
Hal Jordan is dead.
Spoiler alert. Speaking of, I want to say death of characters. One character who should have stayed dead 100%.
Captain America.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, Captain America.
True.
After Civil War, when he's like, Captain America's not arrested, Steve Rogers is. Captain America being shot on the steps of the Capitol building, perfect. But a bullet that transports him through time?
Yeah.
What?
Puts his mind in a different time stream because the Red Skull was actually trying to.
Yes.
Why didn't the Red Skull just have a normal bullet and he'd be dead?
Exactly.
But it's like, I think killing him was a cool, edgy thing to do, and if they were going to kill him, they should have kept him dead.
Yes.
But I think at the same
made
time,
more
they
sense
realised
for
they
Captain
shouldn't
America
have killed him.
It made more sense for Captain America to be the one who died, and then Bucky can take. Well, actually, no, Bucky can't take over because I'm thinking. No, he can.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Winter Soldier. Because I got confused with Ultimate for a minute.
Oh, right.
Because in Ultimate, the Ultimate universe, Bucky's old man.
Really?
Yeah, Bucky's an old man.
Yeah.
That's
That's another thing. Does DC have anything like the Ultimate Universe, like different universes?
They just have.
No, they just destroy the continuity every few years.
Like every now and then they bring out a graphic novel that have nothing to do with anything else, and you just be like, what?
Yeah, they do that. They have the Earth One stuff.
Earth One.
They tried to do the All Star stuff as well.
Yeah, they've got this thing called Earth One, which is like an alternate universe. But, so there'll be before Green Lantern and the Flash were like two totally different things, and then they decided to like forget about the old ones and have new ones. So like they changed the ideals behind Green Lantern and the ideals behind the Flash, and then they just decided to put them in this Earth One. Like, so there's this Earth One Justice League, isn't there? And it's just full of the other Flash and the other Green Lantern. Earth 2, sorry,
The Justice Society and that stuff.
That's pretty much like the Ultimate Universe, which I started reading. I was really unsure about reading it.
You like Ultimate Spider-Man?
Yeah, and then I read Ultimate Spider-Man, and it's hands down the best thing I've ever read.
The Ultimate Universe starts off well, and the thing is, it was good because like we won't have any of the convoluted problems. We'll start again. It'll be grounded, but then like after a year or so, it's as convoluted as normally.
Yeah,
but DC don't have that sort of stuff. They're like every few years, like I imagine they're sitting in sort of like their sort of like conference room and that. There's a whiteboard and stuff like that, and they're sort of like it's like Back to the Future 2 when he. With Christopher Lloyd explaining all the stuff about the alternate 1985, and they're like, you know what? One person gets up, wipes the board, and just writes Crisis. So they have another one.
No, but that's the thing. Like
Final Crisis. Was that really the Final Crisis?
DC will bring out a graphic novel like Flashpoint, Flash Rebirth,
some sort of like massive
Rebirth,
sort of,
Blackest Night, Brightest Day.
Yeah.
And they are truly they are very, very good graphic novels.
Yeah.
Marvel do bring out good graphic novels.
The thing is with the
not as much.
But
theirs tie in a lot better. House of M, all stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's the thing with the Marvel ones. They have all their single comics go around the year, and every year they have one big event which ties everyone.
I want to say
that
with the big events with like you say like Brightest Day, Back and that stuff. Marvel has great sort of crossover events and stuff like Civil War and that.
Yeah.
They're great, but the aftermath with them is never as good.
Well,
as
it will
They
never
use
live up
the
to it.
aftermath.
Literally-
Always is subpar.
Yeah, because they
Always.
don't have the writers who did the stuff to do the aftermath stuff.
Yeah.
That's why, like, sort of like Big Civil War, Captain America arrested, died. It's like great, brilliant.
Except
Now it's back.
Death of Ultimate Spider-Man, they did Death of Ultimate Spider-Man Fallout,
Right.
which was quite good. It was how every single character dealt with his death and how the
Oh,
new Spider-Man came
like they
into it.
did with Death of Superman back in the day.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is basically what they need to do with all the big events.
Mm.
Because otherwise, like, big event happens, it's over, everyone's done, yeah. But then you're finding out how it all transfolds
Yeah.
in their own separate comics. You're thinking,
Yeah.
well, how the Fantastic
That's
Four
why-
do? Then you have to
Yeah.
go and buy theirs, and it's...
That's why when Death of Superman happened, which was such a... Because they would always... I watched a documentary about it, and they said they always joked about killing him off. Like, they would always be, like, on the final month, they'd, like, kill Superman. And then one day they didn't have anything to do, so, like, let's do it. So they killed him. And then for, like, months afterwards, they're like, you know what, he's dead now. Doomsday kills him, spoiler alert. So it's like every single...
Just like the
Says it after, and he says it
Yeah,
afterwards.
exactly. so every single like different Superman, like Action Comics, Superman, all that kind of stuff, they had like a little bit of Doomsday's fist punching out of like the jail and stuff, and it was always leading up to it. Then you had one big one where it was like they didn't have like panels; it was like page spreads of him being beaten to death, and then he died. And they were like, we'll bring him back, but for months. They didn't have Superman. They had like sort of like the world without Superman, and then they had the imposters of Superman, and then they had Superman Return.
This is the thing. That's the difference between DC and Marvel and their graphic novels.
Although
Crisis,
now they're just as bad. Now when they kill a character, it's like wait a month and they're back.
Yeah.
Well, with Marvel, I mean, you have this big crisis like every year, but then, as you said, they don't have the writers, so everything seems to revert back to normal.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like it never happened, and then another crisis.
I don't know.
They still
After
have
House
the
of
aftermath.
M, I thought it was a massive like.
Especially for X-Men.
Yeah, it
they
was
went from
massive changes.
Millions of mutants to about 200.
Did anyone read
Masses.
that Schism?
Yes.
Yeah, is that any good? Because that's about like sort of like the mutants like
Yeah,
being
Schism.
dwindled down.
Schism. Schism. That was when Wolverine and Cyclops had a falling out.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's Schism is when Wolverine.
'Cause
And
I
Cyclops.
know a
they're
lot
like-
of mutants died in that as well. I think.
That wasn't. I know that. I think now you're thinking might be thinking of Messiah Complex in Second Coming.
All right.
That was where a lot of mutants died in that. That was when one mutant was finally born again.
All right.
And obviously they're all trying to get her because it's the first mutant born since no more mutants, and of course all the bad guys are trying to get her, and then all the bad mutants are also trying to get her, whatever. But a lot of people died in that. A lot of big characters died in that too.